Low gear, high gear. Come on, hurry, 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 hurry.
No need to worry the G gotta go back surely.
Ain't this fun now? Aren't you glad now? My cheats are the best in the town. Rockin' to the beat of the song.
Jumping G down for fun. Get me a guitar.
By giving it all you've got.
Come on, girl. Hurry up, girl.
Okay, turn it down, turn it up.
Make sure batteries are charged up.
Give it all you got. Every little muscle that you got is hard to do. Hey!
I don't wanna hear that. You got no time. Oh, you're in a hurry to kick.
All I wanna hear is you come over here. Let's go for a beer.
Trouble down every single round. And we're gonna make it through the trouble all the teams run around. Jamming, horse slamming, loud banging.
Rockin', rollin' all night long. Now who goes along? Tell me just who you are. Are you a Chinese star? Let me see your guitar.
Hello, welcome back to Vera Channel. Welcome, it is Wednesday. Am I a day behind again? I'm still a day behind. I was a day behind yesterday too. Welcome to Thursday and Vera Channel. Hello, welcome. Hello, Booba. Hello, Kazania. Oh my god, the Uno redeem. We're not playing Uno though. I just keep forgetting to remove that redeem. We're not playing Uno, but you won the Uno, I guess. Congrats on beating Uno. You did it. You beat the Uno. Hi. Hello. Here's the schedule for the week. So now you know. And now we're gonna play a game. Shit, I forgot the game. Hold on. I have to get the game. There's always the one thing, and the one thing is the video game. It's always the video game. There you go. You got video game now. I hope you're happy. I'm happy. Please be happy. You get it? Because the name of the game is Please Be Happy. That's the bit. The bit is the name of the game. Do you understand the bit? You promised no video- I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you promised no video game. Whoever promised that is a liar. Did I promise that? I could have. If it was someone else, they're a liar, and if it was me, they were telling the truth. There won't be a video game today. But in the meantime, let's play this video game.
Ugh, it's about time.
I'm
getting bored.
I'm sorry, okay? I got busy, I went on a trip, I'm back now. You don't have to be bored anymore. Chapter 4, Day 2. An End to a Means. Also, before I get into it, Twitch doesn't let you put the word gay in your stream title, which is very homophobic. So thank you for being homophobic, Twitch. That's great. This is a gay stream about a gay game, and I tried to put gay in the title, and you were like, nope. Nope, that's probably hate speech or something. I don't know. Either way, thanks, Twitch. Thanks for that. Very cool. Very chill. Chapter 4, Day 2. An end to a means. Hopefully, that's a good volume level. Even though things have changed so much, the morning's routine is more or less the same. The three of us chit-chat. Also, hello, Minaxi. Welcome in, and enjoy your lurk. Days aren't profitable now that it's not July. That's true. It is all business, after all. That makes sense. They only let you put gay in the title for 1 month out of a year because it just makes the most money. Even though things have changed so much, the morning routine is more or less the same. The three of us chit-chat about our lives and mundane things until we finish eating. Last time, for anyone who wasn't here last time, let me sum it up for you. Aspen here went on a trip to see her mom. And we have that whole thing where if we don't see somebody and interact with them within, like, a day, they'll forget we existed. Just will poof out of their memory, because box magic. Anyway, before she left on her trip, she also got all blushy blush and was like, by the way, I'm in love with you. And we reciprocated. And there was big panic when her bus broke down, but we went on an epic, love-driven journey out of town as we tried to catch up to her because the bus was stuck at the side of the road and there was no way she'd make it to town in time. And then Aspen and Miho, main character, met up along the way at like the final minutes, and they were able to save their relationship, and everything was great. And it was very sentimental and cute. And since then, they have been acting very, very cheesy and very, very gay together. And that's the story of the game as of the last time we played it. You almost forgot the dramatic run from last chapter. It was very dramatic. It was very, very dramatic. But everything worked out in the end. That's the important part. After pushing her empty plate away, Aspen leans in.
So, Miho, there's something I've been thinking about.
Dun dun dun.
And I understand if this is something you wouldn't even want to consider. But have you ever thought about finding a way to stop your magic?
That would be helpful. Considering all of the characters in this game forget who we are except for 2 on a scene-to-scene basis. That would be kind of nice. It'd probably come with, like, the added thing of, like, not being able to turn back into a fox anymore, though. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a tough trade-off. Juliet also turns to look at me, putting me on the spot.
Not that I can remember. That's like asking if you've thought about finding a way to stop your nose from working.
You stick corks in your nose, and then it doesn't work anymore.
I see.
Or marshmallows.
That might be the case.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard of such a thing either. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I was just thinking about the other day and about how dreadful it all was to go through.
The big dramatic run we were talking about previously.
Of course, I don't want to speak for Miho. I know it's much more complicated than just that. But I thought I might bring up the idea, at least.
You've got a point. Not having to worry about people forgetting me would be a huge relief.
It would. Also, hello, Raz. Welcome in. Welcome.
Right. I thought you might agree.
I look at Juliet, expecting her to give an opinion, but she doesn't offer one. It's true that life would be a lot easier without my magic. Well, half true. This life would be easier, but the life I used to lead, I couldn't have survived without it. So yeah, her life for not just decades, but centuries, because she's grandma. Her life for centuries was, stealing food, fleeing from place to place, and getting immediately forgotten about, so she could be like a super slippery fox burglar. That would be no more. But she doesn't need that anymore. So, you know. She's got, like, security now.
Well, it's purely hypothetical right now anyway. For all we know, it might be impossible. So no need to think about it too much.
It's worth thinking about, though.
The only two people who actually remember me are in this room right now. All the other people I've met here in Welly, I didn't really call them my friends as much as I'd liked spending time with them. I feel like, it's a bummer, because I always kind of, like, forget when we go and interact with them, and it's just kind of like, oh, yeah, I love hanging out with this person, and then you remember they don't remember who you are. Except for the little Pokemon. The little Pokemon remembers who we are, because it's got Pokemon magic. The Hoppip, or whatever. Every time we see each other is the first time as far as they're concerned. Maybe that wasn't so bad when I was still on the fence about whether I'd even stay in town or not. The other better fox girl? How dare you? You mean the fox girl with the stick up her butt? I know the one you're talking about. But now that I've been here a while, long enough to build something worth missing, I wish I could make those connections into something more secure. Even if there's nothing I can do about my magic, I can at least try to figure out a way to maintain friendships with others too. Not just Aspen and Juliet.
It couldn't hurt to find out, right? It's not like I have to go through with it or anything if I don't want to.
Exactly. Simply being informed is never a bad idea.
Information is the knowledge of understanding.
So, does that mean you have an idea?
Ideas are the thoughts of the brain. Fox.
Well, not quite. But I'd be happy to start doing some research on the topic. If we're going to find anything, it's likely to be in a book. And if there's one thing I'm good at, it's reading.
Nerd. She's a nerd. That's a nerd. You ever see a nerd chat? That's what they look like. That's a nerd.
Good luck with that. Let me know what I can do to help.
Congrats on first, Stomp. Also, hello, welcome.
I'd be glad to lend a hand as well. Perhaps I could find someone who'd be knowledgeable about Gumiho. Myth and folklore are often at odds with reality, so it can be difficult to discern what's true and what isn't.
That's when you need to have a cryptozoologist. We were talking about those, our favorite Final Fantasy class.
Someone who'd know about Gumiho, huh?
One person comes to mind, but I am not sure how willing she'd be to help. I still haven't mentioned the other Gumiho I met through Aspen and Juliet. In my head, I've started calling her Silver. It just feels wrong somehow. If someone had told other people when I was around, I would have been furious with them. It would have made hiding and stealing a whole lot harder too. So as a fellow Gumiho, I have kept Silver's existence a secret from everyone else so far. For all I know, there could be more than just Silver. There could be a whole community of Gumiho here in Wellington, and I'd have no idea. I don't think that's the case, though. For those who missed that, earlier in the game, we had an encounter with another Gumiho, who had been watching us since we arrived in Wellington, and was just all like, why are you trying to blend in with people all the time? You're stupid. And then we were like, that's kind of a mean thing to say. And then they were like, you're stupid, and then they left. And so it wasn't a very positive interaction overall. But not every day you run into another Gumiho, you know? You've unlocked the Animal Crossing island. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I want to do that part. It sucks it's locked behind, like, being so far into the game, though. Besides, Silver seems unhappy enough with one intruder on her territory as it is. Maybe that's something else I can ask her. I don't know when or where, but somehow, I know I haven't seen the last of her. It seemed less Animal Crossing and more Harvest Moon. Because you can put your minions there, but you can't actually interact with people on the island, can you? I mean, are there, like, little minions you can talk to there? If you can talk to your minions, that would be really cool, though. For now, I just sit back and listen as Aspen and Juliet discuss various books and theories to start with. I feel like I should be more involved. It's my magic, after all. This is one area where I can't really contribute. I can't stay out of it forever and let them take care of me again, though. I have to try something on my own, too. I can't just refuse to participate in my own future. As it gets closer to time for Aspen to leave, Juliet checks the clock and then stands up.
Off to bed?
Not yet, actually. Would you mind staying just a moment longer, Aspen? I have something I'd like to give Miho. It's somewhat related to what we were just talking about.
Phone. It's gonna be a phone. With Fortnite on it. We're gonna get a phone with Fortnite on it. We can just sit at home and play Fortnite for like 48 hours straight and then realize that everyone we know forgot us and it'll be really sad, but then we'll get a victory royale and it'll kind of balance out. You can invite... Yeah, no, I'm just saying, inviting people's not what I'm talking about, though. I'm just saying, like, the experience is closer to Harvest Moon. But yeah, I know you gotta do it at the end of the game, which is really dumb.
Oh, no, I don't mind.
For me? What is it?
You'll see. I'll be right back.
Disappearing upstairs, I hear Juliet enter her study for a moment before returning with a small, nicely wrapped box. I guess that visiting other people's islands is like New Horizon, though. Yeah, the capturing animals. The farming part is why I was thinking more, Harvest Moon. And Animal Crossing, but I guess it's got a little bit of both in there. Anyway, back to the game. Disappearing upstairs, I hear Juliet enter her study for a moment before returning with a small, nicely wrapped box.
There's no particular occasion, but still, I felt like wrapping it.
Juliet hands me the package, which I take carefully. It's not heavy, but it's not light either. I turn it over and over, examining. I've never had a gift before. Clearing her throat, Aspen seems a bit impatient.
Don't just keep us in suspense.
I keep them in suspense. Oi, Ika. Hello, welcome in. We just got a present. We don't know what it is yet, though. We gotta open it still. But yeah. Welcome.
Okay.
I tear off the paper that Juliet so beautifully wrapped the package with, revealing... My drum roll doesn't even pick up on the mic.
Oh. Wow.
It's a phone! Who called it? I called it. That's right. Well, no, because, like, here's why. A, you can use a phone to keep in touch with people. B, we were, like, having panicked back and forth discussions on Juliet's phone with Aspen while all of the bus stuff was going on. So it's the most logical gift right now. And now we can play Fortnite on it. It's okay. I'm trying to focus on this game right now, but that is interesting, Raz.
It's the same as Aspen's.
What a coincidence, right?
I consulted Aspen to make sure I got the same one. I thought it would be best if she can help show you how to use it. I'm a little behind the times on things like devices.
Because Juliet is also a grandma. As gently as I can, I open the box and take out the phone itself. It's sleek and shiny and cold to the touch. I hold it in both hands to make sure that I don't drop it.
Thank you. Really. This is the nicest thing I've ever owned.
Think nothing of it. As you have more loved ones and responsibilities, it's important that you be able to stay in touch.
Maybe the phone calls will be enough. We don't know. We haven't actually tested that theory yet, because that's a scary theory to test, but you can test it out with the other people in town.
In fact, that was what gave me the idea in the first place. Like Aspen, I'd also been thinking about your magic and the ways that it might work.
Exactly.
So I wonder, would seeing someone in a video call serve to refresh
Oh, you
someone's
still see their
memory of you?
face.
Or is it necessary to see each other in person?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Technology hacks to beat magic is pretty cool.
I can't believe I never thought to ask that before.
Neither Aspen nor I would want to gamble our memories of Miho, in case it turns out not to work. So we need to find someone else to participate in our little experiment. With that in mind, I'm not sure who to ask. It's a harmless trial, but still a bit much to ask of a total stranger.
I can think of a couple people.
Someone willing to try something weird without hesitation?
Yeah.
I'll text Lena.
Yeah, I was thinking like either Lena or Kim would be options, but Lena's probably the best one. I wouldn't want to do that with like the random kid and the mom. I feel like that'd be a little weirder. But we get along with both Lena and Kim pretty well, and Lena would all be about video calls and stuff, because she probably spends every waking moment on her phone when she's not out trying to impress what's-his-face. While Aspen does that, I stare at the device in my hands. That'd be nice if we could, like, stay friends with Lena and not have her forget every time, though. That'd be neat. Could something so small really solve so many of my problems? It wouldn't be a perfect solution, but it would be a lot better than nothing if this works. Even if not, I won't let that change my earlier decision to find some way to be remembered by the people I've met. Just like researching my magic. I can't leave everything to someone else or hope for an easy way out.
All right, Lena says she's willing to give it a go. I told her I'd explain more when I saw her. Usually you'd think those would happen in the other order, but this is Lena we're talking about.
I wonder if there'd be a way to convince Lena that we've met her like 30 times before. I mean, we could always just like start pulling out factoids, and then she could be like, "Oh, you looked up me on the internet and remembered everything you could about me, and now I'm terrified." And that probably wouldn't work so well. That probably is not the approach to take.
Miho, would you like to come down to the Bell House to see her with me now?
Yeah.
Sure. As long as Juliet doesn't mind me leaving the library.
By all means. I'm eager to see if this works as well.
Same.
So it's settled then. Shall we be off, Miho?
It's Lena. I love Lena. She's adorable. Lena's waiting for us outside the Bell House when we arrive.
Morning, boss!
Hey, Lena.
So, you're the person with the weird memory thing, right?
Yep, that's me.
I've already introduced myself to Lena more times than I can count. Still, what's one more? This will be a great start to my new goal of making sure the other people I've gotten to know don't keep forgetting me.
I'm Miho. We've met before, actually. At tennis and at the Bell House and a few other times, too.
Ah, okay. Makes sense to me. So how do we do this?
Also, she would be the one to just kind of go along with her telling her that we met her a bunch of times and she can't remember. Good for you, Lena.
Really? That's it?
Granted, someone could say that to me and I'd believe them too, so I mean, I get it.
What you mean?
I would have thought you'd take more convincing than that.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not surprised, but...
Nah, it lines up. I remember doing all those things that Miho mentioned, but I couldn't think of who I was with.
See, that's something I was thinking about too, is that, like, if you're spending hours of the day doing something with someone, you'd remember that you did the things, but if you don't remember the person, you just kind of be like, huh, I know I was there. You're not going to forget that you were there in the first place.
Now I can stop trying to remember that and devote that brain power to something else.
Yes, well, I'm sure you'll need it. So, let's see.
I just need to get Miho's number, right? and then video call her tonight?
Yeah.
Right. Any time should be fine as long as it's before this time tomorrow. Miho can come with me again in the morning, and we'll see if you know who she is.
And if she doesn't, she'll just have weird records on her phone of stuff that she did with a person she never met. Which isn't ideal, but not that she was hard to convince. It would make her even easier to convince that all this is going on tomorrow if she had records like that on her phone. It's just 51st dates. That's why we had that tangent the other time. I remember now.
You got it! I'll try extra hard to remember her.
Just the one we're dating doesn't have to go through the hell of all of that, thankfully, because that's not the one who keeps forgetting us.
I'm not sure it works like that, unfortunately. I wish it were that simple.
Maybe it is, and you just didn't try hard enough.
That is a good point. Placing a finger on either temple, Lena closes her eyes and hums deeply.
Does that help?
It looks like it helps, and therefore it kinda helps in a very looky sort of way. Literally happens every stream. I know it does.
Shh, don't interrupt.
Lena hums for a little longer and then opens her eyes with a wink and a thumbs up.
Okay, got it! Of course it helps. It's my secret technique.
Memory no jutsu.
Whoa! If it works, then maybe you could teach Aspen too.
I think I'm all right, actually.
But what if it's really useful?
That's a very big if.
Oh, whatever. You'll see tomorrow when I remember all of this. Anyway, Miho, what's your number?
It's,
Phone. Number. Like a 7, maybe? It's probably 7. I pull out the phone Juliet gave me, inspecting it closely.
I'm not sure where it is.
You just have to, like, clap and say phone number, and then it'll read it back to you. Shouldn't it be written somewhere? I look around the edges, trying to find anything that seems fitting.
Let's do this instead. Miho, may I see your phone?
I hand the device to Aspen, who swipes one finger up and begins to quickly tap through the screens.
Whoa, you're a pro at this. Juliet's a lot slower whenever she uses hers.
Once you know where the 5 is on the dial pad, you can easily be a pro at phone numbers. That's true. It's right there. It's right there in the heart of Phone Town. Also, hello, Realty Trends. Welcome in. Welcome.
I'm not sure that Juliet's the right standard. She still prefers a landline when she can. Okay, here. I save Lena's number.
Juliet
for
probably
Miho.
still prefers
Now you can
carrier
call her
pigeons,
so
but,
she can save
you know.
your number.
Now you can call. How do you call? What's a phone?
Right.
What's a button? How do you push button? What's a finger? How do touch screen? How do touch? The movie had a screen. Do we touch the movie screen?
Okay, let's see.
Taking my phone back, I try to remember how to do that. Lena comes and watches from behind Aspen.
New phone?
Everything's a new phone when you're old. Moving away, Aspen brushes imaginary dirt off her shoulder.
You're in my bubble.
It's okay, Aspen. You're gonna live.
Pop.
There you go.
That's the same kind Aspen has, right?
That was cute. That was cute and invasive at the same time.
Yup! This is the first phone I've owned.
Wow, really? So then how do you check Triller or Space Face?
It's actually Xruler. They rebranded Triller into Xruler. You have to say it right. And nobody uses Space Face anymore, Lena. Get with the times.
What are those?
Stumbling backwards, Lena seems like she's at a loss for words, which might be a first for her. I guess she does have something in common with Aspen.
Wow, you really do have a lot of catching up to do. I'll help you get set up when I call you. It's like you can't not have a Triller, even though it's
Explore.
terrible. I hate it, but you have
Yeah,
to
that's
have
true.
it. Space phase, I don't know about. Everyone you.
Okay, well, yeah, she's
Okay,
kind of up to
okay,
date with
I
things
think
at
that's
least.
enough, Lena.
Oh, you never let me finish talking.
You never would finish talking if I didn't stop you.
What do you know about Instagram and TacTac? Are those popular websites?
That's not true.
For a second, Lena seems pretty serious, but then she thinks about it a second. Did a good job? Yeah, pretty much.
Well, maybe a little.
Thankfully, nothing like these apps exist in the real world, and only in fiction.
But just a little. Anyway, it's fine. I'll tell Miho when I talk to her tonight. See you guys later.
Blood Sky social account? Nice. Love that one. Oh, blue, or it could be... It's actually pronounced Blued Sky. A lot of people get it wrong, though. It gets confusing.
I'm going to be in there with you in like 2 minutes.
Blued... Yeah, there you go, just like that.
That's later, isn't it?
Lena flaps the reins proudly as she walks into the Bell House.
You let her win, huh?
Sometimes it's better to just let her go. But I'm glad she said she'd help out. She's a mess, but she sticks to her word at least.
You two seem pretty close.
Do we? We started working here at the same time, so we spent a lot of time together.
That is a very good question, Booba.
You've spent more time with her outside the Bell House than I have, though. She can be a lot, but she comes through when it matters. Like with this.
I knew before messaging her that she'd be willing to help out. It's just how she is.
Don't you dare tell her I said that, though.
Stepping towards the Bell House door, Aspen turns to say goodbye to me.
Well, it's my least favorite time of the day. Time to say goodbye.
I guess you're right.
It's not too late to ditch work and hang out with me instead.
Yeah, ditch work, ditch work, ditch work, ditch work.
Believe me, it sounds more and more tempting each day.
Listen, just because you are, like, the important employee who keeps things functioning doesn't mean they need you to be there for things to be functioning.
That just means I have to keep trying. I should probably get back to the library too, though.
I gotta color in the books in the library. It's my responsibility.
Yes, don't let me keep you. As much as I'd like to.
We come together for a quick kiss. I like this new routine of doing that every time we say goodbye.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Of course! You know where to find me.
Good. I hope you have a wonderful day, Miho. I love you.
Yay!
I love you too. Have a good day at work.
I'll do my best.
Aspen walks inside, and the bells over the door chime like they're happy to see her. I wait until the door fully closes behind her and she disappears from sight before I head out on my way. Option time? Nope, end of the day. Time for voice call. It's almost bedtime when my phone finally buzzes, startling me and almost making me drop my phone on my face. Lena's name pops up and I tap what I hope is the right button.
Miho? Can you hear me? It's Lena.
How did you get inside of there? Are you okay? You're so small now. And flat. Do you need a doctor? Her face fills the screen, making it pretty easy to see who it is. I wiggle the phone around, trying to make it point at my face. Problem is, it's reversed, so I keep confusing myself. How does Aspen use this thing so much?
Hi! I see you. Can you see me?
Yep. Hi.
She waves at the camera with her free hand. I have to sit up to do the same thing.
Thanks for calling. This is gonna be a big help.
No, yeah, no problem. Sorry I've forgotten you so many times. I know I'd be totally upset if people couldn't remember who I was. It's like, hello? How can you forget me?
Right?
It's alright. I'm pretty used to it by now.
Yeah, but still, it's gotta suck. I've got an idea, though. I'll just call you like this every night, and that way I won't forget you, right?
Yeah.
If this works out, I mean.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does.
If it works. I really, really hope it does. Still, every night...
Even if the phone makes it a lot easier, that's a lot of phone calls to make. Forever. Funny how that word keeps getting in my way.
Yeah, it's no big deal, though. I mean, I'm always on my phone before I go to bed anyway, so I can just make calling you part of my routine, like brushing my teeth and stretching. Ever since I quit ballet, I have more free time, so I can fit it in.
Forgot you did ballet. The fact that I just always think of Princess Tutu with her, and then she did ballet, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing with that design. They knew. They were fully aware.
That way I won't forget to do it. That would be kind of funny if I did, though. Not like funny, but funny like ironic. I think that's how you use that word. Aspen always tells me I'm wrong, though. Actually, speaking of Aspen...
Lena goes on to tell me a story about work today, which turns into a story from work the day before. She goes on like that for a while. I have the opposite of the Miho curse? Oh, I know. It's not a breakable curse so much, though. I try to smile and laugh when it seems appropriate, but my arm is starting to get sore from holding up my phone like this. Finally, she runs out of steam and yawns, switching into sleepy mode in seconds.
Anyway, I just thought that was funny. I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm super tired. You're coming to the Bell House in the morning, right?
Right.
Yup. I'll be there with Aspen.
Okay, see you soon then. I hope. Well, I'll see you either way. But I hope I remember you. Sorry if I don't.
There's like a really easy solution to all of the stuff in this game, and that's for everyone who I interact with to abandon their outside life and relocate to wherever I am at all times and center their life around me. And therefore, they'll never forget me. It's the easiest solution possible. Should just do that.
That's fine. Thanks for trying. Good night.
This might work, though. This might work. This could do it. I try to figure out how to hang up, my finger hovering over the screen like I'm about to squish a bug. Fortunately, Lena does it first, and that ends the call for both of us. I lie back down in bed with my phone in my hand. It isn't heavy, but it's definitely a big deal. If this works out with Lena tomorrow, it could change everything for me again. I'm not sure if Lena really thought about what she was getting into when she said she'd call me every day. Same goes for Aspen and Juliet, of course. I'm sure all of them mean it when they promise, but those are really hard promises to keep, no matter who's making them. even though they're all willing to go through so much trouble for me. Odds are, at some point, at least one of them will eventually miss a day, and that'll be that. No second chances. Even if we started over, it would never be exactly the same. With my other hand, the one that isn't holding the phone, I reach up and grab my necklace, feeling the warmth of my bead. It's been a big pain lately, but for such a long time, my magic was my most useful tool. My secret weapon. As much hiding and scavenging as I did before, it would have been 10 times worse if any of my crimes had followed me. Are those days really past me now? Permanently? Aspen's ideas about stopping my magic is interesting, and I can't get it out of my head. Being able to be remembered by everyone I care about is the number one thing I could ask for right now. But will it always be that way? Say there was a way that I could change things and make it so people didn't forget me. What if it wasn't possible for me to change my mind later? Sure, it sounds nice at the moment, but forever is a long time. Keep being reminded of that. I tug my necklace up so that I can see the bead. It still has a soft white glow to it. I wish I knew what it meant. I wish I knew what any of it meant, or how it worked. I wish I didn't have to deal with these questions and problems. Of all the forms for my magic to take, it had to be this confusing one. Gripping my bead in my fist, I yank my necklace off my neck and hurl it away from me. It clatters and rattles as it hits the wall and then the floor, lying like a snake in the darkness. Closing my eyes, I silently count in my head. 1, 2. There's no flicker or pop as my necklace reappears around my throat, as if it had never left. My bead hasn't changed at all. Not that I expected it to. Sighing, I roll over onto my side, not tired enough to sleep, but not feeling like doing much else either. This necklace has felt like a lot of things before. A comfort, a memento, a guide. It's been my one constant since the beginning. Hello, Spurbus. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Also, I don't think I've looked at your emotes before, so I'm checking them out. Nice, nice, nice. Spurbus streams now, by the way. You should go follow Spurbles. Will that one work? Let me see if that one works. Yeah, go follow Spurbles. Damn it, that just linked me. I tried. Right now, heavy against my pillow, it feels like an anchor. We are playing Please Be Happy. It is full of all of the gays. And also magic. But sometimes magic sucks, as we're finding out today. You're playing the same game, that's crazy! Jesus was playing Just Chatting? That's crazy. Probably like a carpentry discussion. That was his thing, right? Like always, the next morning I'm cheered up by seeing my friends. After a quick breakfast, Aspen spreads out some sheets of paper on the table, and Juliet and I both crowd in to see.
So I started doing some research on Gumiho. I found plenty of information that I thought was interesting, but I'm not sure how much of it will be useful.
Hey, that does sound just like me.
Oh, don't say that.
It has voice acting. It's got a lot of voice acting. It's like, every spoken line in the game is voice acted, which is really cool. Even the side characters. The only stuff that's not voice acted is obviously like the internal monologue stuff, but like, they're really high production value. I think like everything the studio puts out might be voice acted. At least the 2 games I've played from them have been.
I'm just kidding.
Good. As I was saying, it's hard to figure out what's accurate and what isn't. A lot of the specific details would have had to come from the Gumiho themselves, and as far as I can tell, none of them are talking.
I can catch you up really quick on the story, though. She's a fox. from a long time ago. And she met a traveler, and the traveler was like, "You want snacks?" And the traveler gave her snacks, and she's like, "I like the traveler." And then I think the traveler gave her magic powers, and now she's a magic fox. Jump forward like 500 years or something. She likes to jump from place to place and steal shit and rob 7-Elevens for funsies. And she has a magic ability, and the magic ability makes everyone forget who she is after 24 hours. And that was fine, but then she robbed a vampire because they had a sick golden frame, and then the vampire was like, "I'm a vampire, I'm gonna chase you down." And then the vampire was like, "Oh, I feel for you, you weird loner. You want to come live with me? I'm also a weird loner, but not anymore because I settled down and have friendship now." And then, like, Miho is like, "What's a friendship?" And then Juliet is like, "I'll show you." And then now she's friends with both of them. And then we ended up dating her last time. And then every other character in the game forgets who we are every single time we meet them because we don't interact with them on a daily basis. So we're trying to fix that right now. She's just a normal person. She's a vampire. She's a Gumiho, which is just magic fox. She can transform. And she can't wear a jacket right. Must be exactly. Well, she's voiced by Datovu, who's a VTuber. So there you go. Or a V-singer. One or the other. Voice actor. V voice actor. Imagine all the characters' thoughts being voiced by the Disco Elysium narrator. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be a little tonally dissonant, but also kind of cool. I need to go back to that game. I started it, but I'm waiting until I finish this before I jump back into another visual novel again. But, I played like the first couple hours of it and thought it was pretty neat. I wasn't a save. I only know, I'm pretty sure Datovu did VTubing stuff before too, but I've only really seen her do covers and voice acting stuff, so.
I couldn't find anything about memory or forgetting. Maybe it's self-explanatory, why not? Beyond that, most of what seemed accurate were things that we already knew, like being able to change into a fox. Have you had any luck, Juliet?
Also, yeah, so she works in a cafe. She runs the local library. She's freeloading in the library.
I'm afraid not. I checked what books I could think of, and none of them yielded any more than you said. I'm not aware of anyone else around who might be helpful either, unfortunately. Of course, it's only been a couple of days so far. I'll keep looking. We're bound to learn something eventually.
I'll keep looking too. There was one other thing that came up I thought might be worth mentioning.
Oh?
I read a lot about Gumiho carrying a special bead that has something to do with their magic. You have one of those yourself, right?
I tried to destroy it last night. I removed my necklace, more gently than last night, and hold it out for them to see.
Yeah. I've had it my whole life.
I've had it my whole life.
May I see it?
You can try.
I pass it to her and Aspen handles it delicately.
Pardon? What do you mean?
It poofs out of her hand and back around my neck.
Oh, I see.
Yay, magic!
Yeah, I couldn't get rid of it, even if I wanted to.
Am I wrong? Or is it glowing?
A little bit.
Yeah, that part's new. I was in bed when I noticed it a couple days ago.
Because it's time for you to Gumi Morb. It's letting you know.
I know it's important, but not how or why.
Your wild instincts inform you.
Juliet says it so matter-of-factly. Not like there's something bad or that I should have gotten rid of it. There's still a part of me. My other self, no, the other part of me, hasn't gone away, even as I've spent more time away from it. When I first came to Wellington, I still thought of myself as a fox. Now, I'm not sure how I see myself. But my bead and its mysteries are a reminder that I'm something different.
Well, that sounds promising. It means something is happening, even if we're not sure what. Let us know if you notice it changing in any other ways, Miho. The more knowledge we have, the better.
Right around 47 pallets of gold. Yeah, I feel like there's some good ways you could, like, exploit it. Like, there's a character in, Stone Ocean, the JoJo part, who can, like, put stickers on things. And it, like, splits them apart and then puts them back together. And then, like, uses it in all sorts of crazy ways to just, like, kick people's butt and, like, destroy things. She should just go watch JoJo and get, like, some tips on how to do weird anime bullshit with her pearl. And then, like, free money. Stan is great. Yeah, exactly. No, what was the Stan's name? I can't remember. Hold on. Is that wallpaper on my computer right now? It's not. It's Hermes Costello. I can't remember what her Stan's name was, though. Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I will.
Once again, I think of Silver and her bead, which shone much more than mine. Will mine look like that someday? I wonder what it took to make hers glow so brightly. Maybe even Silver doesn't know how the bead works. If it was instinctual, then shouldn't I understand too? I guess I'll just have to ask sometime. It's just called Kiss. Okay, well there you go. I mean, that makes sense, since that's enough for it to be a band name. Wrap my necklace back around my neck, popping the magnetic clasp together.
One way or another, we'll soon know more about Miho's magic from your experiment.
Localized name is Smack. It's weird, because you localize it as Smack, and everyone's gonna think it was like Godsmack instead or something. You get the entire wrong band out of it. Yeah. The way it worked is, so, the first couple parts of JoJo did not have stands yet, but they did have a couple characters named after bands, such as, like, REO Speedwagon. There was the Speedwagon character. And then they introduced stands, and when they introduced stands, they were named after tarot cards, and there were still other things in the plot. Yeah, so the stands weren't named after musicians or songs yet, characters were. But then in part 4, that's when they started naming the stands themselves after the musicians and the bands. Musicians and songs, I mean.
Yes, I think it's just about time for Miho and I to head out. By the time we get there, it'll have been a full day.
That's true. We gotta go meet up and see if Lena remembers us.
I'm ready to go if you are.
Yeah,
You
Fist
know
of the
I
North Star
hate
is the first
sitting
season of
around
JoJo. That's
waiting.
correct. That's factually accurate.
Another thing we have in common. All right then, let's be off.
Good luck, you two. Let me know how it goes.
Will do.
Starts with Fist of the North Star, and then like by like season 5 or 6, that's when you enter like Zoolander. It really covers a lot of ground, honestly. This time, when we get to the Bell House, Lena isn't waiting outside.
There's always a chance she just forgot in the regular way. I should have texted her first.
Maybe she forgot and she's really, really upset and sad because she has all the stuff on her phone about trying to remember this person she can't remember anymore. And that'd be really sad, and I don't want that to be the case, but I feel like it might be.
Guess we'll find out.
For what feels like the thousandth time in the last few weeks, I'm shaky with nervous energy. At least there's not any risk here. In the worst case scenario, nothing changes. I take the lead and open the door for Aspen, then follow her in. Lena's behind the counter.
Hey, boss!
Boss, and... She looks at me.
Who's your friend?
Damn it! I try to hide the disappointment from my face. Well, it was worth a shot. It's too bad, but at least I was prepared.
Miho, I'm just messing with you.
That joke was fucked up. It's a fucked up joke to do on me. It's fucked up. Stop it. Get some help. But also good.
I remember everything. Told you my secret technique would work. I'll call you again tonight.
Aspen leans against me in relief. Collapses might be a better way to put it. I can tell she's thinking the same thing I am. Dealing with events like this, like her trip home, just got a lot easier to deal with.
God, Lena, you nearly gave me a heart attack. But I'm so glad to hear it that I don't even care.
Me too.
A huge weight feels like it's been lifted off my shoulders. Not all of my problems are solved, but at least some of them are. We get to keep a friend! Still at my side, Aspen holds my hand, and Lena's eyes bug out in shock.
Wait, are you two?
After giving me a quick kiss on the cheek, Aspen nods.
Why, yes, we are.
Lena looks like she's seen a ghost. That's when you realize your only new friend is homophobic, and then you regret everything. That would suck. Please let that not be the case.
Oh, no way! You seriously started dating someone before I did? I thought I had that one in the bag!
Okay, we're in the clear.
Like usual, I wasn't aware we were competing, but I certainly did win in this case.
Well, I guess just this once it's fine, since you two are pretty cute together. But I'll win next time!
And what exactly is next time?
Not sure yet, but I'll figure that out soon. I guess I'll leave you two lovebirds alone for a bit. Talk to you tonight, Miho.
Bye.
Putting her headphones in, Lena disappears into the back of the cafe, leaving the lobby to Aspen and me.
I do only have a bit, unfortunately. Probably better that no customers walk in like this. But I'm really, really glad this worked.
Yeah, this is a good change for things.
Me too. Now we don't have to worry anymore.
Not nearly as much, at least.
I wonder if Kim has a phone. He's also old, so I'm not sure.
I'll be busy this evening, but I'll call you later. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Okay. I should go tell Juliet that her idea worked too.
I'm sure she'll be overjoyed as well. Have a good day at work, and I'll try to message you if I can, alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to figure out how to send a response.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll have lots of practice. Talk to you again soon. But not soon enough.
Bye.
We give each other a quick hug, and then I head back to the library to deliver the good news. Like we expected, Juliet's also relieved. She gives me a quick lesson in how to send messages, although she's almost as slow as I am. I spend most of my shift working, texting Aspen when I can, and looking forward to tomorrow. Good thing we were learning how to, read and write. That would kind of have made this a problem if we didn't have that story arc earlier. Alright, so I need to pee. Hello, Popcorn Girl. Welcome. Hello, Liquid Tendril. Welcome. Perfect timing. You can watch Popcorn Girl while I run to the bathroom. That's going to be the plan. Keep them entertained, Popcorn Girl. I'll be back in a minute, so one moment, please. I hope you had fun with Popcorn Girl. I know how much she means to you, Tendril. Alright, we're back. What are we doing? See, I don't expect us to be able to, like, maintain a friendship with this small child, because I think having, someone be like, hey, I already know you and your kid, you just keep forgetting, so let me have a voice call with you guys tonight. I don't think that would go over well in that scenario. A little different than with Lena. So I'm not really expecting this to be a lasting interaction by any means. But that is where we're gonna go for now, though. Oh my god, Cry! Thank you for subscribing for 22 months. Holy shit. Are we really almost to... I guess that makes sense, because I hit like 2 months of, 2 years of, streaming, like, 2 months ago now. So yeah, I guess I would be getting close to 2 years of affiliate, too. Thank you so much, that's a lot of months. But also welcome in, good to see you. I hope you enjoy popcorn sounds, because that's all I've got for you right now. While I'm sitting at the library's front desk, Gwen and Tommy come in accompanied by Gerby, of course. I think Gerby can remember us because of fairy magic. The two of them come over to where I'm sitting. Gotta support the best. Aw, thanks, Cry. I appreciate it. Gerby does need all that support. I agree. And Popcorn Girl, too.
Hi there. Sorry to bother you. I know this is a weird question, but the other day there was someone here who played with my son while I was studying.
Okay. Maybe... If they bring it up first, maybe that'll happen. Maybe we're just gonna be on voice calls all the time now.
But neither of us can remember who it was. Do you think you might be able to help?
What's going on with her pants, by the way? I just noticed this.
Hey! Actually...
I explained my magic and how I've met Tommy and Gwen a couple times, as well as Elijah. Name-dropping people is good sometimes, but it can also be dangerous. But since they brought it up, it might be okay. Just decorating a cake poorly? Possibly. It was kind of making me think like ripped pants. But like stylized. I explained my magic and how I've met Tommy and Gwen a couple times, as well as Elijah. When I'm done, both of them look amazed.
Whoa! I can't wait to tell Dad!
It's Schrodinger's corn jean cake icing pants. Could go either way, you never know.
That's certainly... a lot. But you know what? I believe it. It lines up with the gaps in my memory.
That is true. That is true. It's not just about saying it now. It's about the fact that she has a bunch of, like, lapses where she can't remember someone she's interacted with.
I thought I was just getting stressed out and forgetting things. Well, I probably am, but I'm glad it's not the case here. Is there some way to keep from forgetting you? Especially if we've met so many times before already.
We exchange numbers, and I tell her that Tommy's always welcome to come hunt for bugs here. I just don't know if I'll be joining him.
Talk to you later. Good night.
Press the button to end the call on my phone, and then gently set the device on my windowsill. Getting through the phone calls needed to make sure I'm not forgotten is more work than I expected. I'm glad the people I've befriended are willing to put in the effort to see me every day. It's still such an inconvenience, though. It's such a risk. For their sake, as much as my own, I need to try to find a better solution. Whether that means getting rid of my magic entirely or not. I have to at least know what my options are. I can't leave it all for Aspen and Juliet to figure out either. I need to put my own effort in, too. While I'm not nearly as good at reading and researching as they are, there's still that one idea that came to mind a few times. Time to finally put it into action. Leaving my phone in my room, I get dressed and slip silently out the front door, making my way to Mount Victoria. I don't remember what the option was. It was to be a fox again! At the very edge of the path, I transform. Nose close to the ground, I head for the tree line in the wild part of the mountain. I'm rusty when it comes to tracking, and the sheer number of scents that assault my nose is overwhelming. I have to sift between them in my head while I run, disregarding the ones that I can tell are humans, or other fabled, or just part of nature. Oh, we're gonna go meet up with Silver. It isn't until I'm far from any road or home that I finally catch what I'm looking for. That familiar but unrecognizable presence. Honing in what I can detect of Silver's trail, I follow it as closely as I can. Sometimes, the lead goes cold, but I pick it up again a few meters away, in a different direction. The path is windy and hard to follow. How does anyone live like this? I mean, you did until like a little while ago. It doesn't feel as if the path is leading anywhere in particular, but I stay on it, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for any other signs of her. Finally, after picking up the trail yet again near the river, I follow it until I reach a familiar spot and transform yet again.
No way.
No way. It's been weeks, but traces of my den are still there. The weather has destroyed a lot of it, but the tunnel is only half caved in, and evidence of the holes where I buried my snacks and supplies remain too. Has Silver been staying here? There aren't any signs of life more recent than mine. Still, her scent ends here, as if she just disappeared. Something rustles from over near the collapsed den. Even with the moonlight, it's hard for me to see, so I change back into a fox, straining all my senses to detect anything. I don't. Nothing but me and the wind. Changing forms yet again, I still get the feeling that I'm not alone.
Hello?
See, the reason she's not good at wearing a jacket properly is because she's a fox. Foxes don't wear jackets good. Have you ever tried putting a jacket on a fox? See how that works out for you. Closing my eyes, I listen for any kind of response. A footstep, or a whisper, or even a breath. All I hear is silence.
Pitiful.
And the word pitiful. The voice is just inches from my ear, and I leap away on pure instinct, spinning around to face Silver.
I gave you so many chances, and you failed every one of them.
I don't know where she came from or how I didn't notice her, but she's here, slouching in the moonlight. Although I'm not sure that, just like me, she could turn and run at a moment's notice. Or fight. I hope that's not what she wants, because I don't think I'd win.
How'd you do that? Sneak up on me like that, I mean.
I didn't even have to try. I see nothing has changed since last time. If anything, the human pet has only gotten more docile.
Now I kiss humans, too.
Tell me, do they feed you scraps from a bowl as well?
It's a plate, usually.
He certainly hasn't gotten any nicer since last time. But as harsh as she sounds, she remains at a distance, and I let myself relax a little. Now that I've had time to get used to her existence, she doesn't seem as intimidating. Even if I was more scared, I wouldn't want to show it like last time. Maybe it's because she reminds me of myself in some ways. Although her arms are crossed, one of her wrists shines in the moonlight from where her bead hangs on a strap. It's almost like looking in a mirror. We're as different as any two people can be, but just by existing, I feel some kind of bond with her. Something wild. Behind her shawl, I can see her eyes narrow.
So you admit it then. Perhaps it's for the best. A dog dreams of nothing more than its master's hand.
Head pats are pretty good.
You can close your eyes, forgetting what made you open them in the first place, and disappear.
Silver spits out her last words like a challenge, daring me to respond. Her eyes shine like her bead does. I wonder if mine says anything about me. I don't respond, unsure how. Not because she's made me question myself, but because I don't think she'd believe what I have to say. It feels like it's been ages, but really, it's only been a few months that I've been here in New Zealand. Not even a year ago. Didn't I feel the same way she does? Telling myself that I wasn't missing out on anything by being alone. Chasing some dream for decades without even stopping to think about it. Oh, the dream she was chasing is she was trying to find her human who fed her. Which, we had this fun realization that she's now an immortal thing, and she lives for a very long time, and the person probably died hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Really great conversation. Everyone had a good time. How could I tell her that? What could I say? But that was like her entire reason for her journeying around the world, so it was very heartbreaking. What could I say that would change her mind? I already know the answer. There isn't anything. Sometimes there are no right words.
I see you've forgotten how to speak as well. But tell me, if you can, what was it you hoped to achieve by coming here? I could have left you chasing your tail in the dark if I'd wanted to, but you've somehow made me curious. I fail to imagine the desires of a hound.
I unhook my necklace and hold it in one hand. The pearls make a soft sound as they bang against each other, but my bead clatters loudly against its neighbor. It's still glowing, same as this morning.
Because I wanted to ask you something. If there was some way to stop her magic. Stop people from forgetting about us.
My fingers curl over the bead. You don't even have to see her face to know her reaction. She laughs just once, and it sounds like a bark.
You managed to surprise me again. I didn't think even you would be so shameless as to try and rid yourself of your gifts. Ignore them, perhaps, but to abandon them? You've outdone yourself, dog. Fitting that you wear it around your neck like a collar. As for forgetting, I can only guess at what you must mean. Don't think yourself the same as me. My magic is nothing like yours. It takes a different form in every one of our sisters.
Oh, so the forgetting people thing isn't just a universal Gumio trait.
My sisters, I should say.
Then what does yours do instead?
I don't see why I should tell you that. A dog need not concern itself with affairs above its head.
This dog thing is getting pretty old, you know.
Then leave. I only chose to acknowledge you to satiate my own curiosity. It won't happen a second time. Goodbye, dog.
I don't like Silver very much. Quick as a flash, Silver transforms, the glow from her bead lingering for a moment in the air. Before her paws have all touched the ground, she's already running away. Soon, even her shining fur disappears into the night. I don't give chase. I never really expected her to answer my question in the first place. Still, I don't think this visit was a waste of time. Before I leave, I take a final look around at my den. When I left here with Juliet months ago, I expected to be back soon. But since I never went back, I never really said goodbye. It wasn't much even then, and it's even less now. Compared to some of the other hideouts I've made, I didn't stay very long. Still, it's special. I'd have a hard time going back to sleeping in the ground instead of a bed again, even if I had to. Maybe it'll change in the future, but right now, I'm pretty sure that this will be the last den I ever made. Looking around, I'm all alone again, and it's silent. The birds that used to chirp and greet me in the morning are either sleeping or gone. Still,
Night-night, birdies.
I whisper a final farewell before changing forms and dashing back to the library. The next morning, I once again keep my visit with Silver to myself. Breakfast is tasty like usual, and after a good meal, Juliet goes to bed and leaves Aspen and I on our own. I stand up from the table and stretch, expecting Aspen to do the same.
Time to go, huh?
Not today, actually. Regina's having me go back to working a mid-shift on some days, so I don't have to go in until noon.
Good morning!
Meaning I can spend the whole morning with you, if you want.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I?
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. Just that... Well, never mind. Sorry, just ignore me. I'm a little out of it.
It's fine, don't worry. But I can't just ignore you either. What's wrong?
Aspen sighs and then shrugs.
Let's go sit up front and I'll tell you. You need to open the library soon, right?
Yeah? Wanna help?
I'd love to.
Most of the preparations are already done, but we find things to do. I organize the front desk, taking care of some of the clutter, while Aspen does a quick once-over of the shelves and fixes a few out-of-place books. It reminds me a little of my first day working here, when Aspen helped out. She's a lot quieter this time, although she keeps herself busy. I waited for her to bring up whatever it is that's on her mind rather than try to nudge it out of her. After a while, we sit down behind the desk where Aspen looks right at home. She casually unpacks her bag, setting aside a small hand mirror and a new notebook. Then she removes an envelope. It has a fancy logo at the top, but not one that I recognize.
This was waiting for me in the mail yesterday.
Uh-oh. The plastic part of the envelope crackles as Aspen removes the piece of paper from inside, frowning as she unfolds it. I watch her eyes move as she reads through it silently before sighing again.
It says, "Dear Ms. Benoit, we appreciate your manuscript submission and commend you for your success in completing a novel. Unfortunately, we do not find that it fits the criteria we're currently searching for, and as such must respectfully decline.
That sucks.
Respectfully, Purple Penguin Publications."
Fuck Purple Penguin. All my homies hate Purple Penguin. Slapping her hands with the paper, she clicks her tongue.
That's it. Not even 50 words, including names. I doubt they even read past the first chapter.
Wait, they said no? Why?
As it says, it's not what they're looking for. I wish they would have given more detail than that, but I suppose I'm lucky to hear anything back at all.
They're totally gonna regret it in the future when your books are really popular.
Exactly.
I hope you're right. I was prepared for rejections, of course. Even Agatha Christie didn't get published until her second book. Still, I wasn't expecting them to come in so fast.
You sent it to a few different ones, right?
Right, I made a list of my top 15 choices and submitted it to all of them. At first it was going to be my top 10, but I decided maybe I should expand it some. It turns out that was a good idea. So far, 3 of them have already said no. This one stung a bit more because Purple Penguin is one I was hoping would say yes the most.
I'm sorry. I hope your other top choices still work out.
Yes, me too. It's why I wasn't going to tell you and Juliet at first. I wanted to wait until I had good news to share. But I'm not sure that'll be coming. I'll try not to be a downer, though. I knew there was a good chance this would happen. Don't let me distract you from work, either.
Nah, you won't. Here, look at these.
In an effort to cheer her up, I pull out some of the writing practices that I've been working on and show them to Aspen.
Wow, you've improved so much already. This looks great, Miho.
With a genuine smile, Aspen slowly flips through the pages. I know there's not much to see, since it's a lot of repeating the same things over and over. But she still looks at every one.
Really, I'm so proud of you.
I'm smart.
Thanks.
Showing Aspen my attempts to learn how to write feels a little silly compared to her finishing a whole novel, but I can tell that she means every word of praise.
I'm proud of myself too.
I don't tell her that a big part of my motivation is being able to read what she writes. I want it to be a surprise when I get there. From the very start, having Aspen in my life has inspired me to be a better person. Now that we're in love, it makes me want to try at least twice as hard. I want to be able to love her writing too. Even if those penguin people don't like it, I'm sure I will, because it comes from her heart. I believe in Aspen, even when she doesn't, just like she's always believed in me. I want to do everything I can to live up to that faith. Aspen sticks around for a while, reading a book from one of the shelves. I keep my nose to the grindstone all morning, using every free minute that I get to practice, only taking a break to say goodbye to Aspen when she leaves. Even when it gets boring, which doesn't take very long, and even after my hand starts to hurt, I keep practicing. One letter at a time, I'll get there. Lena time! Back to the park. Early in the afternoon, my phone buzzes as I get a call. I check it, expecting to see Juliet or Aspen. But I'm surprised and not surprised when I see that it's Lena.
Hello?
Miho, I need your help. It's an emergency.
It's probably not actually an emergency, but we should probably help.
What? What's wrong?
Come to the park. I'll tell you there.
The call ends with when Lena hangs up. I have no clue what's going on, but it sounds serious. I put on my shoes and hurry to the park as fast as I can. When I get there, I quickly spot Lena, her bright pink outfit making it easy.
Lena, what's happening?
Oh, Miho, good thing you're here. It's a disaster. Cyrus asked me to be in a play with him.
What did I say? Told ya. Told ya it wouldn't be serious. It's great news.
A play? Wait, that's it?
What do you mean, that's it?
I thought you were hurt or something. You said it was an emergency.
Plays are awesome. How dare you?
It is. I have to give him my answer soon.
That is an emergency. I sigh and force myself to come down to Lena's level. I was expecting to find out someone was hurt, so I'm just relieved that that's not the case.
Okay, I don't get it. Why is that such a bad thing? I thought you wanted to spend time with him.
Yeah, but now that she can spend time with him, it's scary. When she couldn't spend time with him, it's about how you want to spend time with them. But when you want to spend time with them and they want to spend time with you doing a thing, you have to know how to spend time with someone. And then that's a lot of brain hurt.
I do, but that's a lot of responsibility. He wants me to play Siegfried, and he'd be the White Swan.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know the characters, but that seems a little backwards. Are you afraid you can't do it?
I mean, why would Lena play a White Swan? There's nothing even remotely White Swan-like about Lena. First of all, she'd have to have, like, swan characteristics, which she does not. Second of all, that looks like a Siegfried to me.
Sort of. I'm afraid that if something went wrong, that'd ruin any chance I have.
Seeing Lena be so nervous about something is the total opposite of what I normally expect from her. She's clearly a loon. Exactly. Even during the other activities we tried, she always gave it her all.
When do you have to give him an answer?
Today! That's why it's an emergency!
Whoa, can't you tell him you need longer to think about it?
Well, it's already been a while. I thought I'd make up my mind by now, but I still haven't. What do you think I should do?
Do it. Do it. Just then I noticed Cyrus himself walking up the path towards us.
Oh, there he is.
Lena turns to see him, then looks back to me with fright.
I'm out of time!
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Do it. Kiara, you're a bird person. How do you feel about this bird person and her situation? Thank you, Kiara. That's what I was thinking.
Hi there. Sorry to bug you, Lena, but have you decided yet?
That's it! I've come up with a new recipe.
Oh, I can't believe Cyrus is actually making food for us, I guess.
Not yet. Still thinking about it, sorry!
It's already been a week.
Nuh-uh, not for another 43 minutes. Then it'll have been a week.
Cyrus is food for us, I guess so. I mean, he does have like that plant thing going on. Plant food is good for you. Produce. Cyrus is produce. Both Cyrus and I just stare at her.
Can you make up your mind in the next 43 minutes?
Make your mind up right now and do it. You're nervous because you got a crush on him. You know you want to, but you're panicking and you're freaking out because you think you're going to ruin your chances with the guy you like if you do this. But really, you'll be ruining your chances at your best chance with the guy you like if you don't do this. So just do it.
You bet I can.
Okay. I'll just stand here.
Perfect.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Do I look like I'm joking?
I can never really tell.
Cyrus sighs.
Look, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But I need to know so I can ask someone else. I already have someone cast for all the other main roles. It's just Siegfried and a couple extras that are left.
Finally, he looks at me.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
It's okay. It's relevant.
It's okay. We were just talking about you.
Yep.
Wait, you know who I am?
Yep.
Yeah, we've met before. We were partners at that painting class.
Huh. I was trying to remember who I was paired up with. I have the picture I made, but it didn't really help much.
Does this mean we're gonna have another person to voice call?
Yeah, I have this magic where people forget about me after a day if I don't talk to them again.
I had to explain this so many times by now that it just feels normal to talk about it.
Really? I think I have that too, except it's not magic.
Forgettable, man.
How do you and Lena know each other then?
We do a vid call every day. I talk about my life and Miho talks about hers.
So far, that's only really half true, but I don't mind. Plant him and put him on the windowsill instead of having to video call him. That's a good point. That is a good point. We just need a nice pot of soil for him.
I see. Say, Miho, right? How would you feel about being a tree?
Yo! This role was made for me.
A tree.
Yeah, in the play, I mean. There's still a couple small parts like that I need to fill.
So, he's the plant man, but we're gonna be the tree. And then she's gonna be regular guy. But then he's gonna be the swan. Okay. It all makes sense.
Oh!
It doesn't. Lena's face lights up with excitement.
If you do it, I'll do it!
Yeah.
Wait.
My immediate reaction is to say no. Being up on a stage in front of people is still a lot for me, no matter how much better I've gotten at talking. But it seems like it would be helping out Lena, and Cyrus too.
What would I have to do?
Stand there. Haven't you seen a tree before?
Is that a thing that people really do? Do people actually play trees in plays? Or is that just like an ongoing trope? Like, I assume it's usually just a trope, but is there like a precedent to people playing trees in a play? That ever happened? Historically? I guess, like, Wizard of Oz had trees that could talk, right? And Lord of the Rings had tree people. So I suppose stage plays of those would make sense. I guess if you had a tree that was like an actual living character, But it's just such an ongoing trope with theater stuff. There is one play that has the main character be a tree with no lines. What? So are they're just standing on the stage and the play is happening around them the whole time or something? That's interesting. So I guess there are enough precedents for something like that then.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Come up with a new recipe. I could have done the thing, but we just did it. So it's okay. I sighed the heaviest sigh of my life. I hope I don't regret this.
Fine.
Both of them perk up, and I see an actual smile on Cyrus's face for maybe the first time ever.
Cool. I appreciate it.
Wow, happy tree!
We're gonna be great!
Just
You're
like
gonna be the
Bob
best
Ross
tree in the
foresaw.
play.
Rehearsal starts soon. I'll send you both the info. I guess I'll need to talk to you every day too, right?
Yeah. We have like the best free pass to just sit around talking to people on our phone all day.
Yeah, otherwise you'd have to ask me every time.
Oh, let's make a group chat.
Lena instantly pulls out her phone and starts tapping.
I'm not sure.
Done.
I feel my phone shake in my pocket, and I see Cyrus check his as well.
I guess that works. Anyway, thanks, both of you. See you at rehearsal.
See ya.
Bye.
Cyrus takes off, leaving Lena and I by ourselves.
Thanks as well. I feel a lot better having someone else I know be there.
Got you, fam.
No prob. Although, I'm not so sure about being in front of a crowd. Plus, all the other actors will forget who I am unless I talk to them too.
Maybe we can make a really big group chat.
Or just tell everyone you'll pass the tree later. Don't worry about it. It's
Well, I'm sure
getting to
it'll
be a lot.
fine if you're just gonna be an extra. It'd be a bigger problem if you were gonna have a speaking role.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever been in a play before?
Not since I was in school, but I know the story and the part, so it should be okay. Now that I've decided, I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah. Now she seems more like the Lena I know. Fiery and full of energy. That was a surprisingly easy emergency to deal with. She should be a weather reporter so the whole town can see her every day. But she wouldn't be able to see all of them, though. I mean, we don't necessarily know that's necessary, but I feel like it's probably a two-way street.
In fact, I'm gonna go start practicing. See you soon!
It's a step in the right direction, though. I wave goodbye as Lena leaves. I'm not entirely sure what I've gotten myself into, but I guess I'll find out soon enough. Not long after the sun went down, it started to get pretty cold. Clouds came in out of nowhere, and so did the wind. I find myself sitting in the windowsill looking out before I go to sleep for the night. It's cozy in here, and I have plenty of extra blankets, if I need them. My breath fogs up the window, but the cold stays on the other side. Up on Mount Victoria, though, in the trees and valleys, it must be miserable out there. I wonder where Silver is and how she deals with the rain. Does she make a hole and burrow underground like I used to? Or maybe she finds somewhere dry to sneak into, like an empty shed or abandoned house. She's rude and abrasive and hasn't said a single nice thing to me. I hope she's safe anyway. As the only other Gumiho I've met, I can't help but care about her, just a little. I doubt she feels the same way about me, but that's okay. I wouldn't either in her shoes. Still, I know how bad it feels to be stuck out in the cold, with everything turning into mud around you, shivering under a tree that blocks most but not all of the rain. Wherever she is, I hope she's warm and dry. Wonder if that's the first time someone's wished that for her. The next day, the rain has stopped, but it's still gross and wet outside. Dreary, as Aspen put it. Still, it's as busy a day as I've ever seen at the library. My main job is stopping people at the door and getting them to wipe the mud off their shoes before they go in. I care a lot about it because my secondary job is cleaning up mud off the carpet. The door swings open and a big Cyclops stomps in, looking around.
Hiya! Welcome to the library. Wipe your feet before you come in.
Pardon? I won't be here long. I don't mean to get in your way. I'm just looking for a friend.
Who's your friend?
Oh, no one. I'm sure he'd said he'll be here, but I don't see him. I'll try again later.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. And I do apologize if I got any dirt on your floor.
Apologizing all the way back out the door, the Cyclops leaves as quickly as he came. The doors stay shut, which gives me a minute to find some fresh towels and rags. Once the entryway is as tidy as I can get it, I sit down behind the desk to work on my reading and writing. It isn't long before the door swings open again, but it shuts before anyone enters, and I can hear grumbling from outside.
Come on, Pippa. At least hold the door.
I'm protecting the notebook. You get the door.
Fighting.
Here, let me.
Students! More animal races. I like the fish girl. The fish ears are cute. And then, obviously, a bunny in the middle. And I don't know. Oh, wait. Wings. Got little furry ears, but we also have, like, feathery wings over here. I just noticed. So I don't know what animal they would be. The door pops open one more time, and 3 kids in matching uniforms trudge in. 2 of them, including one carrying a notebook, who must be Pippa, look around in awe while the other girl approaches me.
Hello there, miss. My name's Cello.
It's a good name. Hello, Cello.
My friends and I are here in New Zealand for a class trip, and we're supposed to research and put together a project on a special place in Wellington. We were hoping you might have some suggestions for where to start.
Hey, I'm Miho. But, I'm not the best person to ask, really. I've only lived here for a couple months. But I know a couple people who might be able to help.
Yeah.
One of them's at work right now. The other one also lives here at the library, but she's asleep right now.
Did you say she lives here?
And did you say also?
Armand, Pippa, please. I'm sorry my 2 friends don't know how to not be so nosy.
It's fine, it's fine. Julie, she's the one who owns this place. And I both live here. I have a room upstairs.
That sounds like it would be too good to be true. Think about it. You'd have all kinds of books around for inspiration.
Or just for reading. It'd be impossible to get bored in a place like this.
You'd be surprised. But you guys aren't the first ones to say that.
Is it alright if we look around?
It is a library, you know. They're meant for looking around.
That is true.
It's still polite to ask.
That's also true.
Yep, it's fine. Let me know if you need help finding anything.
We will. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
The noisy pair headed off to browse the books, although they seem like carefree kids. I can tell that they're handling the books with respect, as Juliet would say. The third girl, Cello, stays by the desk.
Ms. Miho?
She's also got a
Since
tail
you're
I
new
just noticed
here,
poking out
would
there.
it be alright if I asked you a few questions about your experiences?
She also has a notebook with her, although it's smaller than Pippa's. It reminds me of the one Aspen always carries with her.
Sure, I don't mind. But, like I said, I don't know much about Wellington, or New Zealand at all.
That's okay. It's why I wanted to ask. I also haven't lived in Amarina for very long. I'm not even from the underworld.
Amrina.
My family and I just moved there, so I don't know it the same way Armand and Pippa do.
For those who weren't here earlier in the game, underworld means the surface. We're on the sky, New Zealand. It flies.
I hope that didn't sound weird.
I know what you mean. Don't worry. I'm not from the underworld either. Go ahead. Ask away.
Unless this... Wait, did I get it backwards? Is New Zealand... No, is New Zealand on the surface and other stuff is in the sky? Because I was pretty sure we were in the sky, unless I got something backwards at, like, the very beginning of the game and just stuck with it.
Thank you.
She takes a seat in one of the chairs near me, tail curling around one of the legs.
Is there anything you wish you'd known before you came here?
Sky Zealand, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Real New Zealand is in the sky. Is it? Okay, good. Good. That makes sense. I don't know why a continent would be in the ocean, when it could just be in the sky instead. Water's for fish. But if you live on a continent, you're probably not a fish. I mean, she might be part fish. But point aside, that makes sense. But also, hello Arby, welcome in. Looking out the window, I can see my answer.
I wish I'd known how rainy it was going to be. I wasn't prepared for it at first.
Do you not like the rain? I love it. It reminds me of being home in the ocean.
She is a fish. She flaps her tail enthusiastically.
I wish it would rain every day. That was one of the hardest things to get used to when my family moved on shore to Amarina. It's so dry, even with the canals. Is there anything that makes this city different from others you've been to? Or anything you miss?
It's hard to say. I've
It
made
does
more
look-
friends than I have anywhere else.
This is actually a prequel to her VTubing career. Yeah. It's Fanana. However you're supposed to say her name. I know who you're talking about. I haven't actually watched much of her. But I can see it. This is where she got her start. Now you know. Or Niji Sanji, right? This is a Niji Sanji prequel game, apparently.
Maybe it's something about the people. Everyone I've met has been really friendly. So, there's not too much that I don't have here.
Oh, that's good to know. It's not always easy for me to talk to people, so I've been worried about doing this report.
I'm the same way. I think you're doing just fine.
Thanks, Ms. Miho. Did you ever have a project like this when you were in school?
Is school a kind of bush you can eat berries off of? Then yes.
Well, I didn't really go to school, so to speak.
Were you homeschooled?
Something like that. Yeah.
I rolled in the mud sometimes. It was educational.
Oh, I see. I just have one more question. Do you have a favorite place in Wellington so far?
My favorite place?
Dumbass school. Well, dumbass school is all that's available when you're a fox, is the thing. Just assuming. She's a fox. She was a fox from... She used to be a regular fox in South Korea. Not sure if it was normal South Korea or Sky South Korea. But she ended up getting magical powers and turning into a magical fox. And she can turn into a person. And she's been around a long time, but she's just kind of survived off of, like, stealing junk and, like, hiding out in burrows and stuff, so she's not very well educated. So yeah, basically dumbass school. Oh, we get to pick our favorite place. Bell House is where our girlfriend works. Also, they give me caffeine, and I like caffeine a lot. Garbage girl, yeah, exactly. Like, she turned around her lifestyle a little bit because she got caught by a vampire who's like, I'm gonna make you have a home. Deal with it. And she's like, oh no, not a bed I can sleep in. It was a good thing, though. She ended up pretty happy with it. But she was just 7-Eleven, get a bunch of Funyuns from the 7-Eleven, go hang out in a ditch somewhere. That's the garbage girl lifestyle right there. I respect it. Bell House.
There's a cafe I like called the Bell House. I have a friend who works there, actually. The drinks they make are good, and it's a nice place to relax.
That does sound really nice. I think it's hard to feel like you belong somewhere until you find a special place for yourself.
She has to say she has a friend who works there, because if she doesn't say friend, the state of Florida will attack her.
Maybe that's the problem. No matter what, it's going to be hard for us to write if we don't see anything for
Gotta be
ourselves.
careful.
Thanks for answering all my questions. We're going to be here all week, so we'll probably come back with more.
Anytime. Good luck with your project.
Thank you. I'll go make sure my friends aren't causing any problems either.
They're not, luckily, and after a while, all three of them leave the library again.
Nice kins.
I guess we'll spend our day hanging out in the same place where we already were, because that's where they're at. Later that day, well, I'm assuming they're not all in the voice call when we call them. Because the parents were either separated or getting separated. So I don't know if he actually remembers who we are. But also, he wouldn't have to necessarily. Because if the kid remembers and is like, I'm going to tell my dad about my friend from the library, he can kind of be filled in with a loop even if he never can remember our face. When you think about it that way. Later that day, while I'm working on my writing worksheets, the door opens and I glance up to see another kid entering the library. This time it's Tommy, accompanied by his dad.
Hey, me! See any cool bugs lately?
Nope, don't think so. Have you?
Yeah, I saw a hoo-hoo beetle.
That's a
I
good
couldn't catch
name.
it, though.
Is that a real kind of beetle?
Oh, that's really neat.
Hold up. I'm gonna look up Hoo Hoo Beetle real quick. Hoo Hoo Beetle. Hoo Hoo Beetle. The Hoo Hoo Beetle is a longhorn beetle endemic to New Zealand. It is the heaviest beetle found in New Zealand. To Maori, the larval form is known as Hoo Hoo. Also, Tunga Hair Tunga Rakat, however you pronounce that. Hee hee hoo hoo. The hee hee hoo hoo beetle is its friend. The hee hee beetle and the hoo hoo beetle like to play together and make silly jokes. With the adult stage known as Pipi to Mimi, Pepe to Mwemwe. I don't know how to read any of this. However, the larval and adult forms are commonly referred to as the hoo hoo grub and hoo hoo beetle, respectively. That's just a great name. Thank you, hoo hoo beetle. Thank you. Oh, I guess beetle warning. If you're bad with bugs, we're gonna be looking at the Pipi hoo hoo. Got really big antenna. Yeah, it's a big beetle. It's a long boy. I don't even know what that is. I know what it is, I just looked it up.
So you're the famous Miho I keep hearing about, huh?
And you're Elijah.
I'm Miho. I don't know about famous.
You're a legend in our households, that's for sure. I've heard all about you from Tommy and Gwen. I'm Elijah, by the way.
Well, you already know who I am. We've met before, though.
Have we? I hear that's easy to forget.
More voice calls. Tommy waves a hand to get our attention before we start talking too much. You're a bloody legend, Ripper.
I'm gonna go look for more spiders again. Bye!
Don't cause any trouble now, okay? And don't touch anything that's going to bite you back.
I don't think a hoo-hoo beetle will bite you, though. Maybe. I didn't read enough. Will a hoo-hoo beetle bite you? Why would you do that? Will a hoo-hoo beetle bite you? It is large and has large jaws that look frightening, but it's harmless to humans. Never fear, the hoo-hoo is your friend. Once Tommy and Gerby leave, I turn my attention back to Elijah.
Anyway, we met each other a while ago at the Botanic Garden. I caught a bug by accident and Tommy wanted it.
Oh, so that was you, was it? I was trying to remember who we were with. So wait, that means that you're the one who can see Tommy's friend Gerby, right?
That's right.
Yep. I can see him right now with Tommy.
The Fabled is next to Tommy, like always, helping him search for their 8-legged prey. When he hears me say his name, he gives me a jolly wave like Tommy did.
Huh.
Although Elijah's staring at the same spot I am, I can tell that all he sees is empty space. Elijah pulls out a pen and notebook from his pocket, just like I've seen Aspen do. He clicks the pen into writing mode.
What's he look like, if you don't mind?
He's got a white face and body with purple flower petals on his head and shoulders. And some green leaves for his hair? He has eyes but not a mouth. And he floats.
Nodding, Elijah writes down everything I said.
That's exactly how Tommy described him. Wow.
Why didn't you think he was real? There's all kinds of fabled, you know?
Kids have imaginary friends sometime, you never know.
I know. It's just... Did you have an imaginary friend when you were younger?
I shake my head.
Well, I did. And Tommy's the kind of boy who would have one too. Not that Gwen and I thought that was a bad thing, of course, but since no one else could see him, we thought he was just pretend. Hearing he's real is still a shock.
Across the room from us, Tommy's creeping around on tiptoes. Gerby floats high above, using his aerial position to get a better view.
I'm glad, though. Real glad. In fact, that's why I'm here. I want to try and see if I can find anything in the books about a fabled like him. Not sure why you're able to see him either. Other fabled haven't been able to. You're the first person I've ever met who can.
Oh, that's kind of weird. And also, you know, we've interacted with a lot of fabled. A lot of the people we interact with in the game are fabled. And, this is the only instance where... I mean, aside from the other Gumiho, this is the only instance where they don't forget about us all the time. So maybe there's some sort of special connection between little fairy, flower fairies and the Gumiho.
Unless I forgot them too. I need to write that down.
Elijah's pen scratches against the paper in the quiet library. I can hear the sound clearly. Elijah seems pretty casual and relaxed, and so I feel like I can ask him a question that's been weighing on my mind. One that I know isn't exactly polite to ask.
Hey, can I ask you something?
I'm an open book.
Why are you and Gwen getting divorced? I mean, I've talked to both of you, and you seem like you get along.
The scratching abruptly stops. He taps the pen against the edge of his notebook a couple times while he chews his tongue.
Because people just change. Sometimes in different ways. But don't get me wrong, she's still one of the best people I know. We're just better off not being together. It hurts, but if we'd stayed married, it just would have hurt more. Eventually, you have to rip that bandage off.
As long as they're on good terms about it, that's what counts.
It's for the best for all three of us. I mean, Gwen works her butt off for him too. Me and her both still have the same goal, and that's to do right by our kid.
That seems rough for Tommy.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. We're all still getting used to it, I think. You know what they say about time healing wounds? Well, I'm glad he's got a friend after all. Thanks for letting him play here too. I hope he's not too much trouble.
Nah, if he was, I wouldn't let him come back.
Elijah laughs.
That's good to know. I'm gonna go get a start on that research. With any luck, you'll see me again soon with a few books to check out.
Good luck.
So many of the people I know do research. I never realized that was such a popular hobby. After a while, Elijah returns to the desk like he promised, with a couple books in his hands. One of them is so thick even Aspen would think twice about trying to read it.
Alright, I only skimmed through these, but they seem promising. So I'll take them home and have a look. I managed to find a picture of another fable who looks kind of like what you were describing. It seems like they're not from the underworld, so there's not a whole lot known about them. Would you mind if we keep in touch? Gwen tells me that's the way to not forget you.
Sure, that's fine. Just call me in the morning or night.
Already adding swapping numbers with a lot more people. Swapping numbers with a lot more people than I expected. Probably more than Juliet herself even expected. This time, as all of them leave, Gerby comes over and lands on the desk in front of me. He waves his petals at me before spinning in a circle like a top. Then he bows and hurries off after Tommy.
Another fabled from somewhere else.
Gerby may be a mystery, but for Tommy's sake, I'm glad he's around.
Whole day to ourselves, finally! This has been one of the busiest weeks of my life.
So busy, in fact, I needed to run to the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be right back in a minute. Hello.
Mine too. But in a good way.
This has been a very productive week. We get to have a bunch of friends and keep them now. It would be very busy and very tiring, but worth it.
Of course. The best way.
Alone with just each other in the library, Aspen slides her chair closer so she can kiss my cheek.
What do you want to do today? The world is our oyster.
What's the world doing inside of an oyster? Does it think the world's its pearl? How big is this oyster?
Oysters. Wanna get lunch?
We just finished breakfast.
It's never too early to start thinking about lunch.
It's true. Laughing, Aspen stands up and offers me her hand.
It's a little early for that, but I could do with some fresh air. Care to join me for a walk?
Walk time, walk time.
Sure. I'll go anywhere you want.
My favorite alleyway. Her hand squeezes mine as we step outside into the daylight. Everything feels different and new when I'm with Aspen now. Something as simple as walking down the hill from the library. Something I've done almost every day for months now. Feels more special with her next to me. I'd been expecting falling in love to be harder, or something I have to push myself to do. I've been surprised by how easy it is. Like a dam that had been holding back a river. Since I let myself open up to the possibility of being in love, the rest has come naturally. Simply existing around her feels nice. I meant it when I said I'd go anywhere she wanted.
It's been a while since I've seen the ocean. How about a walk to the waterfront?
Sounds
Eesh.
good. That's where the oysters are, after all.
Maybe baby Fanana will be out there playing in the water because she's a fish.
Not quite what I was thinking, but close enough. Let's see if I can remember how to get there.
Oh, I know the way. Want me to lead?
By all means.
They take us towards Mount Victoria and the beach. Other people smile or nod or wave as we pass them by. Sometimes with a word of greeting, too.
I can't believe you've only been here a fraction of the time I have, but you already know your way around so much better than I do.
Fox senses.
I used a lot of that time to learn. Besides, navigating is second nature for me. I can do it without trying.
I'm glad, because I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned, but I'm terrible with directions myself.
Same, though.
It's a good thing you offered to lead, because I was about to take us in the other direction.
If I ever lost the ability to use the GPS on my phone, I would erupt into flame and die right there on the spot.
That would have been fun too. Would have been a surprise for both of us.
Yes, and for whatever poor person whose yard we wander into.
Don't worry. That's something else I'm good at. Not getting caught in people's yards.
Maybe I'd be better at it than navigating, at least. Do you ever miss it? That life, I mean.
Nah.
She glances at me in surprise.
That was awfully quick. You didn't even have to think about it.
I've thought about it a lot, actually. Almost all the time for a while. But even though there are things that I miss, there are too many things that I have now that I couldn't give up. Like this.
Stop walking for a second so that I can kiss her cheek, like she did to me this morning.
Very true. You better not give that up. Still, you've got to avoid things like going to work or paying bills and all the other little things that most people wish they could run away from.
People like you?
I don't like bills.
Absolutely people like me. I first fell in love with reading because it was an escape from the real world. A distraction from being alone, or sad, or anything else. Even if I couldn't live an exciting life, at least I could experience one through someone else's eyes and words.
Yay, escapism!
In those stories, there were often characters who remind me of you. Going wherever they please, doing whatever their hearts tell them to. Having wished so desperately to go from my normal, boring life to one of adventure. I would certainly understand if you ever wanted to go back to it.
I shake my head.
You've got it all wrong. What you just said about going where I want or following my heart, I'm doing both of those things right now.
Aww. We're not too far from the water, but we're even closer to Mount Victoria. Looking up towards its top, I have an idea.
Do you mind if we go up the mountain a little bit? I want to show you something.
Oh, gonna show the old, stomping
The mountain?
grounds?
I'm not exactly dressed for hiking, or built for it.
Or the view over the city, perhaps?
That's fine. It's not a hike. It's pretty easy to get to.
All right, well, I'm up for it. Lead the way. Again.
We take the regular trail up towards the top, but before we reach the summit, I lead us off the path.
This way.
I go that way. I can see the curiosity on Aspen's face, but she doesn't question me. It'll be easier to just show her anyway. It's slower as a human than as a fox, but it doesn't take us long to reach our destination.
Ta-da! Here we are.
And this is... where?
Home sweet home. Or at least it was.
My den is in even worse condition now than it was last time I came. I actually have to spend a moment looking for the exact spot. Once I find it, I move aside some of the brush that's built up over the heap of mud.
This was my den. I lived here until Juliet let me move into the library. I buried food that I stole in the ground to save it for later, so everything was at least a little dirty.
One of those moments where you have the realization that you're actually dating a fox.
And when it rained, my
probably a
ceiling
weird
would
thing to
turn into
process.
my floor. Still, it was one of the nicer dens I've made, if I do say so myself. And I've made a lot of dens. But now that I've had my own bed, pillows and stuff, it'd be hard to sleep in a hole in the ground again.
Looking around, Aspen nods. She picks up a branch that's fallen halfway into the collapsed burrow.
I do love what you've done with the place, though. Ceiling on the floor, or not.
Well, if you ever need a break from your apartment...
I want to see fan art of them just kind of like huddled up trying to awkwardly hang out in mud hole in the forest. I think that'd be cute. We both laugh, and I hope that Aspen believes me. The same way that she feels about me, I feel about her. She paces around a little bit, exploring the area. Not that there's much to see. Eventually, she returns to my side.
Thank you for showing me all the same. Even if it's better, I know it can't be easy to just turn your life around 100%.
There are things I miss sometimes, but trust me, I like what I have now way more. If I didn't want to be with you, I wouldn't be. I'm really good at running away from things I don't like.
That's a pretty good skill.
I'm not going anywhere.
I have seen that for myself. It's true.
Exactly. So I mean everything I say to you. Everything.
I don't mind at all, but standing with her next to what used to be in my den feels like a strange collision of my past and present. It's taken some getting used to, and there are still things that surprise me, or that are tough to deal with in my everyday life. When I dug this hole, I never would have guessed it would be the last time. Before Aspen and before Wellington, I never had anything else to go back to. But being here and seeing what I did leave behind, I don't regret that life. But I don't miss it. Every day is better with Aspen in it, and Juliet as well. I just have to do my best to make sure that's true for them too. Judging by the way Aspen holds my hand as we go back down the mountain, and the way she laughs at all my dumb jokes, I feel like I'm doing an okay job so far. We have complete free range to go wherever we want. Also, we're probably going to wrap up fairly soon. Maybe we'll wrap up at the end of the day. I think that sounds about right. Shorter stream today, but they can't all be 6-hour mega colossal whatever last night was. You want to go to McDonald's? I don't think we have a McDonald's to go to. Also, we would call those macas here. Or macas. I think. That's what you call them in Australia, so I assume that's what you'd call them in New Zealand too. I don't know. Maybe not. McDomo. Let's see. We went to the park before last time. Kim is the only person who we regularly frequent I haven't seen yet, because we've seen Tommy a bunch, we've seen Lena a bunch. We spent a bunch of time around Cuba Street. I always love Bell House Cafe, because I love cafes and I love coffee. So much. Coffee is love, coffee is life. We don't need to go to the den. We just came from there. Mount Victoria. Let's go to the Botanical Garden. We haven't been there in a bit. Yeah, let's go to the Botanical Garden. I'd intended to take a walk through the Botanical Garden, but my usual route is being blocked by a small wedding ceremony. I didn't know a place like this would rent out space for weddings, but I guess it makes sense. Lots of good scenery for wedding photos. Weddings, huh? If I got married here, what would be the best flower to kiss the bride in front of? Maybe, like, one that smells really good, so that I'm making a pleasant face if anyone takes a photo. Not that I think any of that will ever happen, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to imagine. Oh, Lena's back. Lena's back at the park. Is it playtime practice? I think it is. Only a few days after I agreed to be in a play with Lena and Cyrus, it's time for the first rehearsal. Even though I'm not going to be as involved in it as they are, I still want to see what everything is like. I head to the park and find the area that's been set up to practice. When I get there, I find a bunch of people waiting, more than at any of the other activities I've tried with Lena. You gotta stand still. That's a hard skill. I know I'm not good at it. I'd need to practice for it easily. Most of them are reading through thick packets of papers, standing alone or in small groups. Lena's one of the people on her own, until I go and join her.
Hey, Miho! Ready to be a tree?
I'm gonna be the best tree ever, Lena! Thank you for asking!
As ready as I'll ever be. What about you? Are you nervous?
Me? Nervous? No way!
So that
She's
only
nervous.
happens when it comes to Cyrus, huh?
Nervous.
Maybe just a little. That's different, though. Hey, you should go find him and get a copy of the script, too.
It isn't hard to locate Cyrus. He's surrounded by a few boxes of props, snacks, and other supplies. Like Lena promised, or maybe threatened, he'd been included in our check-in calls to make sure he remembers me. He nods when he sees me approaching.
Oh, it's my favorite tree.
I'm the favorite tree. You know, there's a lot of trees out there, but there's only one favorite tree, so I'm kind of a big deal.
Hey! Lena said I should get a copy of the script.
That's a pretty good idea. Let me find yours.
He digs through a bunch of copies of the script until he finds one with my name on it.
Here you go. I marked all the parts where you'll be on stage.
I flip through the pages. A few sections are circled in red pen. I'm glad he did that because it'd take me a long time to read through the whole thing on my own.
Feel free to relax for today. We'll do some
Be
dry
tree.
reads and not much else.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a tree. You'd be surprised.
Okay, I can do that.
I wander back to Lena, who's boldly speaking to no one.
But Mother, today is my birthday. It's not necessary to...
She stops, shaking her head.
Maybe a bit more whiny. Oh, Miho! Tell me which one you think sounds better.
She repeats the line she was just practicing twice, just like when she made a drink to compete with Aspen. I have a hard time telling the difference.
The second one.
Okay, I thought so too. In ballet, you don't have to worry about talking or sounding good. This is harder than I thought.
Have you done the ballet version before?
Nah, but I've seen others perform it a million times. I'm sure I'd end up doing it someday if I'd stuck with ballet.
She'd probably end up being Siegfried in the ballet version of the story, too. There's just nothing else that fits her as a character. Can't imagine.
Why'd you quit? I never really got the chance to ask before.
Lena looks off into the distance, seeming unusually serious. Her wings sag and she bites her lip.
It's kind of complicated. Mostly because my parents really wanted me to do it. Like, really wanted. Ballet or dancing or anything like that. But I'm just like, hello? Can you get any more cliche than a swan girl doing ballet? Or any of that stuff? That's one of the reasons I wasn't sure about saying yes to Cyrus.
Okay, I can get that.
I don't get it. What's so bad about that?
They're always like, do this, do that, it's tradition, it's expected, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to live my life like that, you know? I want to do my own thing.
Maybe that's why Cyrus is playing the swan. Maybe Cyrus knows and is like, yeah, I'm not gonna typecast Lena. I'm gonna mix it up, do what Fancy likes, and then play it off all cool.
So you quit ballet because you don't like it?
I do like ballet, and I'm good at it too. But if I kept doing it, it wouldn't be for myself. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Reminds me of some of the conversations I've had with Aspen and Juliet, where they encourage me to do things for myself. Lena's in the same situation, but from a different angle.
Anyway, now that I've said yes to doing this, I'll do my best. I've got to be the best actor in the whole performance.
I'm sorry, Lena, but the best actor in the whole performance probably is gonna go to the tree. I don't know if you heard about the tree part, but it's a pretty big deal. That sounds more like the Lena I know. I let her practice her lines to me, sometimes saying the lines for other characters if she's asked for it. Eventually, Cyrus calls everyone together to do some parts as a group. I sit on the sidelines and watch. Both Lena and Cyrus give it their all, just like Lena promised. Some of the other actors sound a little bored or unsure of themselves, but those two don't have any issues. After a while, Cyrus calls an end to the rehearsal, and we all go our separate ways until next time. First guests of the day are the school kids from last Friday. They enter one at a time, not struggling with the door this time. The girl I talked to before, Cello, comes over to the desk.
Good morning, Ms. Miho.
Good morning.
Morning! How'd your project go?
We're still working on it.
Some of us are. Some of us just want to wander around.
Armand. Is that you? Are you someone? I don't think so.
It's not wandering if you have a destination.
I think it may be Pippa.
Around isn't a destination.
It could be. Sort of. They reminded me of Lena and Aspen. Cello sighs and rubs her face. She must have to put up with this a lot.
Well, that's why I wanted to come ask for Ms. Miho's advice again.
Again?
Yeah, have you met her before?
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So Cello's special. Something about Cello let her remember us, too. I didn't even process the fact that, like, yeah, we totally didn't keep in touch with these kids.
What? She helped us just a couple days ago.
It's been a couple days, even. Ocean powers, maybe. Pippa and Armand look at each other, confused. Even with her back to me, I can tell Cello is, too. I've gotten so used to my friends remembering me that I didn't even think of how weird it was for Cello to remember. As strange as it is, it just feels like another mystery, instead of a life-changing event. Another question that I can't answer. In other words, not worth dwelling on. I just shrug at Cello and smile, the same way I've seen Aspen do sometimes.
It's fine. It's just a thing that happens.
The young mermaid doesn't look totally convinced, but she nods all the same. I've also seen Aspen do that plenty of times too.
Well, if it's fine with you, I had another question to ask.
Ask away!
Last time, you told me about your favorite place. Are there any other spots in Wellington that you like?
Yes. She looks back at her friends, who are both distracted by some of the library decorations.
We're having trouble settling on a topic.
Oh, I know!
The girl Pippa hurries over to the desk. I didn't even think she was listening.
Do you think you could show us around town?
Tour guide!
Pippa?
That's a lot to ask, don't you think?
Now all three of them are at my desk.
She can say no.
She's working. She can't just get up and leave.
So I get up and leave.
Actually...
There still aren't any other patrons yet. I don't think Juliet would mind as long as I come back.
I can't spend all day, but I can show you a couple places.
Really? Are you sure?
Yep.
If Finana has the feminine urge to lure seamen to their death by crashing their wooden ships on rocky outcroppings, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a very, very typical way to feel. Especially when you're a woman of the sea. It's basically second nature to do that. The first place I take them is the top of Mount Victoria.
This was one of the first places I went to when I came to Wellington.
It's so beautiful.
It is. Cello and Armin both stand at the railing, looking out at the city the same way I first did. I wonder if they're feeling any of the same things I did. Pippa is right behind them with a notebook in one hand and a pencil in the other. First, I think she's writing, like Aspen would be. But when I walk a bit closer, I see that she's drawing instead. In a few quick strokes, she sketches out the shape of the railing and the slope of the mountain. A few scribbled boxes turn into buildings and houses.
Ooh, you're really good.
Pippa's head jerks up, surprised.
Thanks!
Despite saying that, her face turns red and she snaps the book shut.
Oh, look at this!
She's embarrassed. Both Pippa and I turn to see Armin and Cello standing by the binoculars. Cello puts her eyes to them, but then pulls back, frowning.
I can't see anything.
Oh, here.
I fish around in my pockets until I find a couple coins and hand them to Armin.
Thanks.
He feeds them into the machine and Cello is able to look around.
Whoa.
She pans slowly from side to side before letting Armin have a turn. He looks all over, bouncing the lens up and down.
Pippa, do you want to try?
For a second she considers it, but then Pippa shakes her head.
It's fine. Let's see something else.
Next we walk down to the waterfront where the market is. The sea is as blue as I've ever seen it.
Oh, it would be nice to go for a swim.
Maybe for some of us.
Is there an ocean near where you guys are from?
Oh no, but there's a giant lake and tons of canals. Cello spends basically all of her time in them.
I'd rather take a boat than an airship when possible, even if it's slower.
You would have swam all the way here if you could.
So, there's just something about being on your own with the ocean, when you feel like you belong.
I was like, when I first saw Armand, I was thinking like a bear thing, and then I saw the wings and I wasn't sure. Angel bear? Could be an angel bear. I know what Armand does. I know what Armand does. Hold on. Wait, that's not the name of the character? What's the name of the character? Oh. Okay. Armand is Moosh from the Legend of Zelda series. They're the same picture. Do you see it? You see it? They're the same. They're the same. Angel Bear. It's an angel. It's a little bear with wings. It's a moosh. It's Moosh from the Oracle games. You had 3 animal friends in the Oracle games. Moosh was the bear with wings. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons, the Game Boy Color games. The first 2 Capcom made Zeldas. Yeah. It was, there was Moosh, there was Dimitri, who was the Dodongo one, and then I can't remember what the kangaroo's name was. But there was a kangaroo as well. So there were 3 animal companions who you could travel around with. They're very good games. They're very good. All of the Capcom Zeldas were really, really good. The Oracle games and Minish Cap. All big recommend.
What if we did our project about this beach?
I definitely don't belong in the ocean.
Minish Cap's
Can we
super
pick
good.
something else?
I'm with Armand on this one. It's the same as any other ocean.
You guys just can't see it, I guess.
A cool ocean. This is the cooler ocean. Clearly. Although she looks a little disappointed, Cello keeps going with a shrug and a smile. We take my usual path and end up back at Cuba Street. Like always, it's alive with all sorts of people doing all sorts of things. You gotta use your ocean eyes. Just you don't understand otherwise. That's why I can see it too. I got the ocean eyes in me. You can see a lot of things in water that way. As we're walking, Armin suddenly stops dead in his tracks and points.
Are those movie cameras? Are they filming something?
Without waiting for an answer, he runs off towards a corner of the street that's fenced off.
Huh. That fence wasn't here before.
Man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Something like that. I know the song. Can't remember exactly how the flow goes. It's a little slower than that, I think. Armin comes to a stop against the fence and wraps his fingers around one of the links. Sure enough, there's a whole crew of people operating cameras and other gear.
Whoa! They really are making a movie.
They are. Are they?
What do you think it'll be about?
They're making another It movie. We watched It earlier. They must be making It Part 2 right now. A few people sitting on a bench across the street are dressed in costumes, although it looks like they're taking a break. One of them carries a big staff, and another one is messing with a necklace that he's wearing. Most of them have swords at their side. Oh no, it's Lord of the Rings! They're gonna forever ruin the New Zealand landscape by leaving giant prosthetic orcs lying everywhere.
Some kind of documentary, maybe?
Yes, it's a documentary, Miho. That's right, you got it on the first try.
Maybe.
Peter Jackhole. A burly man with a short mustache notices us and stomps in our direction. Is that Peter Jackhole? It might be.
Hey, you kids, scram! Get out of here!
Wow, angry man.
But we were just...
Yeah, I don't care what you were just doing. Move it!
We should kill him. We can make it look like an accident. Wait, I gotta be a good influence on the kids. Disappointed, all 4 of us head back to a more crowded part of the street. I glanced over my shoulder to see if the guy who yelled at us is still watching. He is, and he makes a grumpy gesture at me, and I turn back around. Sometimes I remember why I used to not like humans.
What a jerk.
Yeah, sorry, Armand.
Oh, it's okay. I got to see a little bit at least.
His voice comes up kind of shaky, like maybe it isn't okay, but I don't think he'd want us to point that out. I might know a way to cheer them all up.
Okay, one more stop.
Coffee? Caffeinate the children! Caffeinate the children! The familiar ring of the bell house door greets us as we walk in. I hold the door for the 3 kids who all trail in.
Hello, and welcome to... Miho?
Welcome to the rest of them, too.
Oh, yes, of course. Welcome to the Bell House.
Pippa looks from Aspen to me and then back.
Are you two dating?
Maybe.
Huh?
How could you tell?
This is Miho. Eat some coffee. That's right. Pippa shrugs.
Just can.
Well, yes, we are. That's why I was rather surprised to see my girlfriend. You must be the student.
Have you bought your Mimo yet?
Town, right?
Welcome in, Justerfly. I am flat broke, or I would have, honestly. I can't even afford food right now, so the timing just didn't work out in my favor. If they ever decide to do another run down the road, I probably will, though. But also, welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, that's right.
What? I can't do anything about it, so it is what it is. I'm glad it got funded, though, that people can actually get the plush.
You already knew about us?
I heard a bit from Miho. Anyway, it's nice to meet you. What would you like to drink? It'll be on the house.
No free drinks, though.
That means it's free.
Thank you, Miho. Very helpful. Pippa gives me a strange look.
I know what it means.
Aspen bites her lip to keep from laughing, but I can see it in her eyes. I smile, too. The 3 kids place their orders and then go sit down, while I stay at the counter.
Babysitter for a day?
They wanted me to show them around town a little bit. I need to get back to the library soon, though.
A guided tour of Wellington from Miho? Huh, how can I sign up?
Just ask.
Pretty easy sign-up process.
Although, your boss might not be as happy about you skipping work as mine.
True. Maybe I should take that store position after all, so I can make my own hours.
You can have the flakiest coffee shop in the world, and we can go on trips. You need to understand you're going to be a VTuber in a couple of years, which means your brain is tiny and you don't understand stuff good. That is a good point, too.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Are you still thinking about whether or not to do it?
So the only VTuber we haven't identified is Bear Angel Kid.
Yes, it's practically all I can think about when I'm here. I have to give Regina an answer by next month, though. I'll talk to you about it later, though. What would you like to drink?
I would like to drink a fairy Fritzer, whatever it was called.
Surprise me?
All right. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay. See you soon.
While she goes into the back, I sit down at a table in the corner with the 3 students. The cafe is fairly busy, with many of the tables populated by humans and fabled alike. Our area is relatively empty, though. Pippa has her notebook in her lap and looks to be drawing again, although she angles the book so no one can see it.
Thanks for taking us around today, Miss Miho.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure we should be able to settle on a topic after this, right?
Armand nods under Cello's withering glare.
Right.
Pippa, on the other hand, doesn't seem to notice. She's fully absorbed in whatever she's working on.
Pippa? Did you have any ideas?
No response. Sighing, Cello just rests her head on the table instead of trying to get Pippa's attention again.
I still think we should just make it about the ocean.
Pippa's kind of right, though. It's hard to make the ocean seem special. What about the movie crew? Just without that guy at the end.
But would that really be showing Wellington itself?
Not really.
Maybe not.
For a moment, everything is silent in our corner, other than the scratch of Pippa's pencil. Then she smacks it down onto the table and turns her notebook around for us to see.
Look!
Even as a sketch, it's easy to identify the Bell House. There are a few changes, like the plants and decoration, but it's still unmistakable. She's drawn it from the outside with an overhead view right beside it. In there are the tables populated by people that I hope aren't supposed to be us. Wet, blue most of the time, salty, smelly, full of fish, pee. Okay, the last one is kind of a neutral. I don't know if I think that's kind of a neutral quality, more than a good one. But yeah, that it's true though.
Wow, Pippa!
May I see it?
Pippa reluctantly hands the notebook to Cello, who holds it so I can see better too. The Bell House isn't the only thing she drew though. Part of the street outside is shown, including some sketches of statues and storefronts that we walked past. Across from her, Pippa waits anxiously.
I thought that a coffee shop might show it best. How all the different kinds of people exist here?
That is very true. Coffee shops are like a crossroad. You see so many people coming and going. That's what I love about them. I also love the coffee. But social element's pretty important to me too. I love hanging out in coffee shops just because you have so many different faces coming in and out.
It's a place that everyone loves, no matter where you came from.
Even if you don't like coffee, just get yourself cocoa or something.
At least, that's what I was thinking.
I think that's beautiful.
Aspen's shoes click against the floor as she approaches us, with a tray balanced on her hand. Stopping at her table, she picks up the first of 3 drinks and hands it to Pippa.
Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. But I often think of the Bell House the same way. It's something I love about this place. In fact, I first met Miho here.
You did. Pippa's eyes go wide.
Destiny?
Destiny.
I've wondered the same.
Cello sets the notebook down on the table before taking a sip of her drink. Her eyes light up when she does.
Whoa, this is really good!
Armand nods vigorously in agreement. Destiny 2. The first one was better, but sometimes you just gotta roll with what you land on. And if Destiny 2 brings you together with strangers, that's certainly something.
I'm so glad you like them.
As long as they don't start vaulting and removing old parts of their relationship from the game. Because that is unfortunate when they do that to the content of real life. I'm trying to draw comparisons here and I'm struggling. Please just laugh and pretend I was being smart.
Miho, I forgot your drink at the bar. Would you like to come get it?
Oh, sure.
When they remove guns from Destiny 2, it's like removing memories of Miho from the people in Wellington. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Behind me, I'm pretty sure all 3 of the kids snicker amusedly. At the counter, Aspen hands me a streaming cup. Thank you. It was very well. I thought really long and hard for that one. At the counter, Aspen hands me a steaming cup. I breathe in the scent, thank you, and try to identify it, but I can't.
What's in it? A surprise, remember? Tell me what you think.
Copy now. I take a small sip, being careful not to burn my mouth. At once, a variety of flavors meld together. There's chocolate for sure, but not overly sweet chocolate. And there's also coffee, but it's not too bitter. On top of all that, there's another taste, one that I recognize but can't place. It's gonna be chili pepper. It's gonna be like a mildly sweet mocha with chili pepper. That's my thought. That's my guess.
I love it!
Oh, congrats on first, Fangle. You beat everyone to it. Good work.
was afraid I may have used too much chocolate.
Nah, everything was perfect. But what's in it besides coffee and cocoa?
Not cocoa. Real melted dark chocolate.
Oh.
We usually only put shaving on drinks, but this was a special one.
Got the good mocha.
The other flavor is lavender.
Lavender!
Sometimes people don't like the flowery taste, but I thought you might enjoy it.
I have not done lavender in a mocha, but I have had lavender lattes on a couple occasions. And in fact, did I get lavender when I visited Frex? No, when I was visiting Frex, I got a rose latte, which is also very flowery and good. But I've had lavender lattes before as well. Lavender and rose are, underappreciated flavors. The only thing is they do have that floral smell, so if it's like a little too potent, it could get kind of a perfumey quality. But it tastes really good.
Definitely. What's it called? I'll order it again for sure.
It doesn't have a name yet, actually. I'll try to think of one. In the meantime, I'll write down the recipe so I don't forget.
Take another sip as good as the first.
May I try it?
Of course.
I pass the cup to Aspen, who stares at it for just a moment before pressing it to her lips.
Wow, that is perfect. If I do say so myself.
He takes another sip.
Hey, don't drink it all.
And then the relationship was over, just like that. Chuckling, Aspen returns the beverage.
Sorry. I'll make my own on my break.
Is that soon?
Unfortunately not. In fact, I should get back to work before too long. If Lena catches me, I'll never hear the end of it. Literally.
Oh, no.
Alright. I won't keep distracting you then. I should get back to the library. Although...
I look back at the kids, who are all hovering over Pippa's notebook as she sketches more.
It's fine, they can stay here. I don't think there'll be any trouble, and I'm sure it'll be easier for them to get back to their class.
You sure? Thanks.
Of course. Talk to you later?
Of course.
Yay. Okay, but I said we were actually going to stop at the end of the day, and that was half a day ago. So I think we're actually going to wrap up here for today. But thank you everyone for hanging out. Make sure to save the game this time, because I've definitely never forgotten to save my game before. That'd be crazy. Who would forget to save their game? I wouldn't. That's wild. That is a wild thing to do. Congrats on first boo, but you're the first one to get that. That's crazy. You did it. Save over this too. Plah. Back to the office. Do-do-do-do. Thank you for coming to stream. Thank you for coming to stream. Let's figure out where I'm sending you. I know it's too early for Liu. I think that's still an hour out, so... Otherwise, that's where we would be going. Got a license for that knife, mate. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get arrested by whatever the Australian slang term for cops is. What's the... Oh, no, I'm gonna get arrested by the Bobby. Because I don't got my stabbing license. It's okay. I better get out of here before they send me into Australia jail. Let's see. Where are we going? Also, as a reminder, we got a Discord.
Oh my gosh,
and it's got a whole bunch of people, right? Oh my gosh, guys is right. Thank you, random Twitch person. Thank you. Somebody just randomly screamed, oh my gosh, guys, on my stream. Discord. Go join that for people. Just put another shrimp on the Bobby. Perfect. Perfect. It's a crossroads for a whole bunch of streamers, and we don't have an official name on it because indecision is scary. But there's a whole bunch of us there. It used to be my Discord, and I was like, nah, this is our Discord, and we made it a family Discord. Family. but not real family, like VTuber family. It's not for your aunt or your dad or whatever. It's just a bunch of VTubers doing their VTuber stuff. Bum 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 bum. Alright, I'm on the wrong screen. Let's find the right screen. Oh yeah, my schedule again. For those who are alive, our server communism intensifies. That's right. Schedule for the week. That's the wrong browser source. I fucked up. I fucked up bad. I fucked up bad, chat. I'm sorry. Schedule for the week. No, every day. No. The first one was wrong. The second one was right. We're streaming, yeah. We're streaming, yeah, every day. Tomorrow is collab day. I don't know where it is and what we're doing, but tomorrow is probably gonna be 3 p.m. Pacific time, because that's when we generally tend to start on Fridays. So look forward to that. I think we might be on Liu's channel, but I'm not 100% on that one. So you'll find out soon enough. Well, I'll let you know on Twitter. I'll let you know on the Discord. First one was right. You can't. No. The second one was right. This one. That's the real one. That's the real one. I swear it. Alright, let me figure out what the heck we're doing here. Who is what? Who is whatting? Who is whatting on the what's it? Who's it's box? Krabby. I don't ever get to raid Crab. But let's see if Crab is gonna be going for a while. I have no idea if Crab's gonna be going for a while, honestly. But you know what? I don't care. I never get to raid Crab, so we're raiding Crab today. Crab's playing Borderlands and has a fancy robot model going on, and I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Raid message is going to be hoo Beatles won't bite you, but who Beetle raid. Hoo Beetle raid. We're gonna do the Hoo Beetle raid. That's your raid message, is Hoo Beetle raid. It's the perfect plan. Alright. Hope you all have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you the other time when I potentially see you. That's right. You even got Beatles on it. That's perfect. Copy that one. Copy the one with the Beatles. That's amazing. Love it. Alright. Goodbye. Get out of here. Go on, get. See you later.